You may have realized that your ads have performance has dropped. You may be wondering why. You're wondering whether there's something you need to do or something you need to change. But I'm here to tell you that nope, it's not your fault. This is a change within the Meta ad system, the Andromeda update. Facebook has been teasing this release ever since 2022, but now it has been silently released to everybody by mid-July in 2025, and we're all trying to find out and figure out how best to position ourselves to market our products and services in a clear and profitable way. The Andromeda update is not a mere change, it's not a small change. It is fundamentally changing how we approach ads. We have to attack it from a different perspective. It has moved from changing the settings, it has moved from changing the audiences, it has moved from changing interest, demographics, and tightening our audience, and it has moved solely to focus on ads. Since we don't want to be left behind, here is a video to explain how the Andromeda update is affecting or will affect your ads accounts. What is the Andromeda update? The Andromeda update is a new Meta AI algorithm and retrieval system. It is designed to show the right ads to the right people, increasing effectiveness. This update has been in the works for the last 2 to 3 years. It started in 2022, where Meta teased it and has been trying to roll it out to people. And it's been seen in very, very many forums online, and people have been discussing and have been waiting to see how this update when it will be rolled out and how it will affect ads accounts. And now it is here. We have to manage and deal with it. One of the biggest challenges for Meta ads is the retrieval. This is going through the various ads that are out there, the millions of ads that are on the platform, and try to show them to the people who are most responsive or will react to it or engage them. So now through this Meta AI or through this improvement in the algorithm, they're able to find the right people at the right time and show them the right ads for the product and services. The main key takeaway for the Andromeda Meta ads update is now we are shifting our focus from the ad account, the ad structure, to the ad creatives. So now more emphasis, more focus will be done on the creatives, and that is what will be used to target people on the Meta platforms. You're wondering how your ads are going to perform? Let's take a look at what Meta has in store for us. So I have mentioned that the new change is for the creatives. So we are going to forget about audience targeting. We're going to forget about ad delivery. We're going to forget about campaign structure. What we're going to focus on is the ad creative and how it will help us achieve our goals. So now we'll have to focus on the quality of the creative, the diversity of the creative, and the number of creatives that are needed to make a successful Facebook ads campaign. Before the update, this is what we normally used to do. We used to come up with 1 or 2 creatives, play around with the campaign settings, filter out audiences, and then we put our budget and let the ads run wild to give us our best returns. But now it has changed. Now we're focusing solely on the creatives. When advertisers would try to scale up their ads before the Meta ads update, would involve minor tweaks to the settings, would involve using different creatives with minor changes with the hooks, and lastly, increasing the budget. But that doesn't work anymore. That doesn't work anymore in this new era or this new dispensation. To succeed in this new update, we need multiple creatives. We need specific messaging that can be communicated in the creative. We also need the creative to be very targeted. For example, if you're having a product or service that is targeting older or more mature people, your creative should have images of more older and mature people, and Facebook will see through the images and try and find for you people who match what you're looking for. And this also matters in terms of sex. If you're targeting men or women, it'll show, if the ad has men, it'll show mostly for men. If you it also matters upon race. If it's a dark image or a dark person, it'll show to African people, and then the list goes on and on. So interest-based targeting and lookalike targeting matter little now in this day and age. Ad delivery and latency has been severely reduced. When an individual shows interest in something by liking or commenting a post, or they show that they are in more of a buying mood, in a few minutes, it's been said between 3 to 4 minutes, the person will start getting ads about the items that they have liked. In this new era, this is how the Facebook ads campaign would be. The main campaign, the ad sets, and then the ads. So now we are changing all of this. When it comes on the campaign level or the ad set level, you're going to have very broad targeting or advantage plus targeting, because we're no longer going to deal with interest-based targeting. We're not going to mess around with the demography or geography and all that stuff. We're going to focus on broad targeting, letting the Meta AI choose our audience for us. And the second thing, in the past, we used to have many ad sets, but now we don't need that anymore. Now we need fewer ad sets, but what will change is we'll have to have many ads to deliver our message. So we'll need to have between 50 to 50 ads, or in some instances, it is some digital marketers have suggested to have around 200 ads per month to deliver a message. So instead of having fewer ad sets, instead of having many ad sets with different agendas or different intentions, you just have one ad set with very many ads. Now, with having one ad set with several ads, that means when you're thinking about the marketing funnel, the top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, or bottom of the funnel, all this will have to be addressed with the ads. So you'll have to have ads that amongst the 50 that will address the top of the funnel, then maybe another 20 that will address middle of the funnel, then maybe 30 or maybe another 10 to address bottom of the funnel. And then Facebook will use its wisdom, its intuition, or its algorithm to find people who are at the bottom, show them this ad. People at the top of the funnel, show them this ad. People at the middle of the funnel, show them this ad. So how are you going to adapt your strategy in your future campaigns? You're going to think of 3 things. You're going to master your creative diversity. You're going to simplify your ads account. And then lastly, you're going to think about the funnel, the buying cycle, middle, top, bottom. Talking about mastering creative diversity, you're going to avoid looking at small or minor iterations, but you're going to come up with solid variations that will help you differentiate one ad from the other. And through this, you're going to consider the people you're marketing to. You're going to consider your buyer persona, the person who you're speaking to. You're going to think about them when you're doing your ads. If you're looking for women, predominantly you'd focus on women in your ads. If you're looking at a certain age group, if you have kids, adults, the images will be shown there. You'll feature the images to be shown. You will think about the mass market desire, what people actually want, what people are looking for, instead of what they hope. And then lastly, you're going to think about the awareness level in terms of the issue. Are they problem aware? Are they solution aware? Or are they product aware? All those different stages will have to be addressed with your creatives. You will have to simplify your account structure in forms of campaign, ad sets, and ads. Like I said, with the campaign level, you're going to use broad targeting to ensure everybody is being captured in the market. With the ad sets, you're going to have very few ad sets, maybe 1 or 2. And then lastly, when it comes to the ads, this is when you're going to have many, maybe 50 to 100. When it comes to optimizing for the marketing funnel, Meta AI is taking care of all that for you. You don't have to worry about top, middle, or bottom of the funnel. You don't have to worry about prospecting. You don't have to worry about retargeting. You don't have to worry about retention. All that will be captured by Meta. And what it'll need for you to do is work on your creatives to give Meta a hint or a clue of which part of the marketing funnel will your ads show. What are advertisers benefiting from the new Andromeda update? So there are mostly three advantages. There is increased longevity in the ads. Number two, better scaling. Number three, niches or people who you didn't know who are your customers will be found by Meta and they'll become your customers. So going back to number one, increased longevity. With the increased longevity, that means your ads will last longer in the form that there won't be any ad fatigue. Many people will see different ads and they'll all get exhausted. Number two, when it comes to scaling, it'll be way easier to increase your budget to your ads and to ensure that it's performing well. When more money when you increase your budget, Facebook will have a lot more to play with and give you better success. When it comes to pockets or niches of people, before when you try and target people using interest or demographics targeting, you'd find that you think you know somebody, your best clients, but then again, there are people who you don't know are your customers, and they don't fit the parameters that you set out, and then you get them through the new update. Now, let's have a conversation about the disadvantages of this. I've insisted that you need many creatives. So when you need, that means there's a lot of work that needs to be done on the creative side, the creative department. You have to have a team to do that for you. And then number two, because most of the work is being done by Meta, you'll have to do a lot of work in terms of customer research and trying to find out who is your ideal client so that this can be seen or can be reflected in your messaging. The challenges for this new update are creative overload. You'll have to come up with a lot of creatives. 50 to 100 to be made in a month is a challenge. And then on top of that, coming up with the 50 to 100 creatives, you have to factor in the learning phase for Meta, which takes 50 conversions in a week for it to be optimized. So that leaves a lot of planning. Another challenge is now there will not be any granularity in terms of trying to find out what ads worked, what headlines worked, what description worked, and which isn't. So that is taken away from you. So optimizing will be a bit of a challenge. And then lastly, more work will be done in the place of researching your clients in terms of market research, in terms of coming up with proper buyer personas. This is very important. This has to be communicated in the ads to ensure that success is given. This is a major shift in advertising on the Meta properties. From what we have seen, it is moving away from digital marketers. What Facebook wants is somebody just to come with a budget, number one, and then number two, come up with creatives to let Facebook do its thing. So it's trying to move or muscle its way in at the domain for Facebook ads marketers or Facebook advertisers. So many digital agencies will struggle with this. Many people will be let go because this is taking away from their field. And as digital marketers, we'll have to adapt and we'll have to change. And how do we change and how do we prove value? We prove value by giving out better advice on the creatives that need to be made. We have to come up with better strategies or better ways of. We have to do a lot of research to understand our customers way better. More resources will be done for market research, buyer persona, and awareness levels. The Andromeda update is not a simple tweak on the algorithm, it's a major change. And this affects all advertisers and everybody in the industry. Now, what Facebook is implying, it doesn't need advertisers anymore. It just needs somebody with a budget and somebody with creatives. This is moving in on the market for digital marketers, and sooner or later, many of us will be phased out. So this is something that you have to think about clearly. So now for for you to be relevant or for you to be needed in this industry, you'll have to come up with solutions where you're involved in the deep market research to find out what your clients needs. You have to do the buyer persona. You have to find out on working on the awareness levels to see if your clients your potential clients are gonna buy. Another thing you'll have to focus on is create to decide. Help come up with 50 to 100 different creatives to make it more successful. Then lastly, since the meta side of ads will be taken care of, you'll have to focus on things that are outside the meta platform. Working on your website, working on conversion rates on your website, on your business, changing your value, looking at your unique selling point, and increasing your average order value. This is not the end. This is just a step to move forward to the next level. If you need help with your marketing, get in touch. There's a link down here.